All right, so I don't know how much longer I should wait necessarily. For people to come in. I have no idea if people will come in. I have 30 subscribers, so it's not like many people are gonna see this, if anyone at all. But yeah, I think I'm probably just gonna get into it. I'm gonna check the audio real quick to make sure the music is not louder than me, and just to make sure I'm not too quiet. So might hear an echo for a second. Gonna get into it. I'm gonna check the audio real quick to make sure the music is not louder than me, and just to make sure I'm not too quiet. So might hear an echo for a second. Okay. I think that sounds good. So I might turn the music down just a little bit. Um so uh okay. So a few things before we get into the stream. The title. I call this stream Lumistarbun does not deserve a platform, because that is what I sincerely believe. And I don't know if people might take issue with it, because I have no idea who might watch this, but it might seem a little bit heavy-handed, might seem a little bit like, how can you say someone doesn't deserve a platform? That's so mean. But after what I get into, after what I talk about, I think you will agree with me. And I don't think that I don't think it's an unfounded thing to say. So, another quick thing before we really start. You may not know who I am. 777. That's my channel name. It might sound silly, but I picked that name because it is a Twitch meme that if you spam 777, it takes the TTS a long time to read it, and it sounds funny because 7 is the longest single digit number to say verbally. So it's like a little funny Twitch meme. And that's the history, the joke behind my name. But who I am and what I've done is I made a video, one other video on the channel about Lumistarbun, talking about how she abuses copyright. I don't know if I want to necessarily go over that video. I unlisted it for a little bit. It's back up now. I'm actually kind of like, I think it's sort of a bad video just because it was a little bit rushed. I feel like I could have emphasized certain points better. But the information is completely correct, and there's nothing wrong with the information in the video. But I'm a little bit proud of it only because it got 771 views, and I'm hoping to get 6 more on it. So that I can get 77 views on the video, or 777 views on the video. That would be really cool. But so I made that video, and I didn't put out anything else for like 6 months because I didn't have anything else to say. I didn't want to seem like a drama channel. I didn't want to seem like I was baiting like for drama, or that I was just like thriving off of it. My channel's not monetized. I don't make money off of anything I do here. And so I didn't want to give off the impression that I was trying to make money off of drama, or that I was just like bringing up drama to perpetuate it or whatever. So I made the video, didn't say anything else. I unlisted the video because I didn't really like it very much anymore. And now I'm back, and I'm back because, well, if you've been paying attention, which I don't blame you if you haven't been, but if you've been paying attention to Lumi's Twitter, you'd see that she's kind of going off. And when I say kind of, I mean she's really going off. Like, she's uploading, or she's posting constant tweets about Matt, about his current girlfriend, about just old art that she drew of the two of them. There's like an entire thread there's so much shit. I don't even know if I'll be able to find it. There's like an entire thread, here it is, of her just posting every single old picture of them and old art. And a little bit of context for why this is extremely problematic. Lumi and Matt have been broken up for either almost a year now, or a year, or over a year. I don't know the exact timeline, but it's been, I'm going to say, about a year since they've been broken up. So Matt has completely moved on. He has a new partner, a new girlfriend. He hasn't brought up Lumi at all, like, unless he's absolutely had to, like in the case of the copyright situation. He had to like mention her in his tweets about it to let his audience know what was happening. But other than that, he hasn't brought her up at all. And I don't think his girlfriend has either, like unprompted. But Lumi won't stop talking about them. She won't stop posting about them. And she says that she won't stop posting until they ask her to. But Matt has basically sworn off talking to her, like, at all costs. He refuses to have one-on-one contact with her. And so Lumi's been trying to talk to Starla, which is Matt's girlfriend, to sort out the situation. And I won't get into the like all the back and forth, because on the surface a lot of this can seem like petty drama between like kids and like relationship shit, but it is harassment. It is harassment to keep trying to contact people that clearly don't want to contact you, that have already told you in the past to stop contacting them, and you won't stop. I don't know what constitutes targeted harassment if this doesn't. Like, if redrawing someone's art, posting pictures of them, I'm not even gonna click on them because it makes me feel weird to like look at pictures of like these teenagers. But if posting old pictures of someone that you used to date that you haven't dated in a year isn't harassment, if insulting the girlfriend of the person you used to date is not harassment, if constantly again reposting pictures and redrawing art that the girlfriend has made, if posting sexual like NSFW art you did of you and your previous boyfriend, your ex-boyfriend, isn't targeted harassment, I don't know what is. And excuse me if I sound a little bit rambly. Like, I don't really stream. I don't like being like in front of people, but I did feel like this is pretty necessary to talk about. I mean, you are constantly laughing at and responding to people who are calling Starla a bitch. There's other things of people calling her, I think, like ugly, and saying that she's petty, and that Matt shouldn't be with her. And Lumi is either joining in on this stuff, reposting it, or she is saying it herself. I don't know how that's not targeted harassment, and I don't know why YouTube. Sorry, wait, I'm gonna switch this. I don't like this song. Oh god. I don't know why YouTube hasn't banned her for the stuff she's done on that platform. When she does live streams baiting her suicide and self-harming, which she has done before. I don't know why Twitter won't ban her when she is harassing people openly on the platform. And she's openly saying that she won't stop until the people talk to her, and then even when she gets in contact with Starla, she doesn't take Starla's answer for what it is, and she just continues to do this shit. She's been at it for like so like 3 days, I think, at this point. Um, and the really important part about this, aside from the fact that it definitely constitutes harassment and targeted harassment, um, this this little pop off session that she's having right now, uh, it commenced after she did a live stream, where she broke down and essentially admitted to a lot of very big lies that she's been telling for like the better half of a year. Some for only a few weeks. She's been going on about like the lie that she got into Cal Arts. Um, she admitted to, a lot of huge things, but she removed the stream and then she made a video. Or actually, wait, she posted a tweet saying that it was about like her gender. I think I can pull it up if I don't already have it on here, but she posted a tweet saying that she was never going to go back to being a boy, and that she only was a boy because she thought she had to, because she was angry and upset. But now she knows that she's a girl and she was never trans. She posted that tweet, and then she made a video where she said she wanted to change and that she's trying to like leave the past in the past, and that she apologized to everyone that she hurt. And then when that didn't pan out, she did the Twitter spree. And this is the tweet that I was talking about. Never going back to being Rux. I was confused and angry, so I thought I had to be a guy. I don't know how my brain worked, honestly, but that's how I felt. So she posted that, and then she uploaded her apology video, which is the only video on her channel right now. That's the Lumistarbun re-upload channel. But yeah, so three days ago.
Hi, it's
oh wow, these were the same day. I didn't realize these were in the same day, but the tweet did come first, I'm pretty sure. So we will get into so much context and so much information. But let me just say, first of all, for myself, let me go back to me in the video that I made, this video. So, this video was about the copyright, and like I said, I unlisted it because I thought it was kind of rushed, and I didn't really like how I presented things. Though the information was definitely correct. Everything I said, everything that I presented was correct. It's not like I misinformed people or anything, but I just thought the quality of the video was not what I wanted it to be, and I don't really have the editing software and capabilities to make it what I ideally would want it to be. So I just unlisted it. Like I said, it's back up now. But I also, no one probably noticed, but I changed my description from what it was when I first uploaded the video. And I'm not going to read it. You can, pause the stream and read it if you want. But what prompted me to change my description was this video. Again, you can, everything that I show on screen, you can pause and like look up yourself so you can, get the full context of everything I'm talking about. But this video, made by Oralta, I think that's how you say the name. He was talking about how certain people surrounding Lumistarbun mishandled the situation and made things worse than they would have been otherwise, and that the whole thing was kind of a clusterfuck. There were some points that he made that I didn't agree with. There were others that I did. But essentially, I took the criticism on the chin. Like, I know it wasn't specifically about me, and he probably didn't even see the video that I made. But I didn't want to make any mistakes in that regard. I didn't want to seem like I was sending any sort of harassment Lumi's way, or that I was trying to just bully her or anything. So I changed the description. I can't speak. I changed the Jesus Christ. I changed the description so that I made my intentions abundantly clear, and so that no one could get confused what the purpose of my video was. And that still goes for this stream as well, and everything that I might say or do about Lumi in the future. Though I don't plan on uploading or streaming anything else surrounding her or anything she does, because it's completely draining and I don't want any part of it aside from what I'm doing right now. But I still want my intentions to be clear. No targeted harassment, no bullying. I even have like a constant content warning scrolling by where I say don't harass or bully anyone. I really do not want to spread hatred. That is not my goal whatsoever. My goal is to point out how Lumistarbun doesn't deserve a platform because she is a lying, opportunistic manipulator. Everything she does and everything that she says, for the most part, is geared towards manipulating her audience and lying to people for her own benefit. People still somehow support her. People still somehow defend her actions. She's on Twitter after saying that she wanted to change, after saying she wanted to grow, after saying she would leave Matt alone. I think I have screenshots of her saying that as well. Someone says, leave Matt alone, leave him be, you'll find someone else eventually, for fuck's sake. And she says, I am leaving him alone. Okay, this was a day ago when I screenshotted it, but like it wasn't posted a day ago. Obviously, time has passed, but she will say she's left Matt alone, but here she is, like here she is, still posting about him and refusing to stop unless told directly by him to stop. Like, so let's get into some videos. I feel like we've talked about Twitter and screenshots for long enough here. So Lumi, like I said, did that live stream where she sort of broke down and admitted to a bunch of stuff. I cut some of it down. Now, actually, wait, let me do something real quick. So I'm putting a Pepe Mods up on screen because it is not only an accurate depiction of my current emotions surrounding this situation, but I don't want... Should put a bigger one on, actually. I don't want Lumi to accuse me of stealing art, because most of her videos are just speed paints or character stills or just, her art put up on the screen while she's talking. Just like I'm kind of doing here. And I do not want the art to be what's on screen and then for her to say that I'm trying to steal her art or profit off of her work or anything like that, because I know she loves to falsely copyright strike people, or copyright claim them. So putting this up, covering up her art, but you will still be able to hear what she's saying. I'm actually going to turn the music off or pause it, and we will listen to the stream. Again, I cut it up a little bit just to save time, for brevity, but I did not take anything out of context. I did not splice things together to make her sound worse than, how she already sounds. Everything that she said here, things might be a little bit like out of order, but that's just, again, for the sake of brevity. Nothing is taken out of context. Everything that I play here is something that she said, and you can actually watch and listen to everything that she said in full if you want on the Lumistarbun reuploads channel, or re-uploaded. This channel has a lot of her, not every single one, but a lot of her uploads, just so she can't lie about previous things that she said. She will still lie. She has still lied, but it at least isn't gone from the internet, when she does these streams and when she uploads these videos. So you can go watch, this is the stream right here. It's in 2 parts. You can go watch it in its entirety if you don't trust me or if you think that I've taken things out of context or whatever, but I assure you that I have not. So let's get into it.
What happened to your child? Never existed. Let's talk about that for a little bit, because, yeah, it was a big ass lie. Like, yeah, I lied about it. I get that it was really bad to do, but I just wanted some people to care about me. And fuck, that was so pathetic of me. I don't know why I did that. And I'm sorry if I hurt anyone with it.
So there you just heard her say that the baby was a lie. It was a big fat lie. Oh shit. I need to get rid of the Peppy Mods. It was a big fat lie. She doesn't know why she lied about it. Cool. Um, well, that runs in stark contrast to this post right here. Let me actually see. Can I? Okay, here it is. Um, to think right now, today, if me and Matt didn't break up, we would have a kid, a house, a family, a good relationship. That's all I want. So I will draw it to make it a happy place for me. Expect more family art. Uh, was I pregnant at the time of our breakup? Yes. Did I get an abortion because I was too sad? Yes. Did I then lie about it for months? Yes. Do I regret destroying life that could be blossomed and have been the last thing I have of Matt? Yes. Am I upset over that I killed it? Yes. But if we didn't break up, I would have never thought of getting an abortion. I would have kept the child. I would finish school and work this year and moved over to England to be with Matt. I would have had money, a job, and future with him. I still want that future. Um, so, which is it? Is the whole baby a lie and it never existed in the first place? And you just made it up and you don't know why you made it up? Or did you actually get pregnant, then get an abortion, but then lie about getting an abortion? She doesn't really seem to know which lie she wants to go with when she's streaming in front of an audience and everything is being captured live. She will say the truth that, oh god, these are other videos. She will say the truth that the baby never existed. But if it benefits her, she will delete the stream, private it, whatever, then go to Twitter and say that the baby did exist. She just lied about getting an abortion. So it did exist at one point. It just doesn't exist now. But let's hear more because that's not the only thing she said about the baby in the stream.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you all already know. I didn't fool anyone. I know that, but like, where's your daughter? She doesn't exist. I don't have a child.
Now, the phrasing there might give her a little bit of plausible deniability in the future because she says, I don't have a daughter. She doesn't exist. So she could back up and say, oh, well, yeah, I don't have a daughter. She doesn't exist because I got an abortion. But you didn't just say she doesn't exist. I mean, you did in this one part, but you also said earlier.
Like, yeah, I lied about it. I get that it was really bad to do, but I just wanted some people to care about me.
You lied about having a baby at all because you wanted people to care about you. That falls in stark contrast to what you said on Twitter, and it also completely gets rid of your plausible deniability that you could have had with your later statement of you just, not having a baby right now. So both of these statements cannot be true at the same time. This could not be the case, right? She's either telling the truth about getting an abortion, and then lying about getting an abortion, or she is lying about the baby never existing. I think it's more plausible that the baby never existed, right? This is something that for the, like, I don't even know how long it's been. It feels like it's been over the course of the entire year. She's been going back and forth or whether or not this baby exists. But there's very good reasons to believe that the baby, as she said here, never existed. And one of those reasons is because she's supposed to be on T, or was supposed to be on T. Get rid of the Peppy Mods. She's supposed to be on T for 3 years. 3 years. Back in May. Shut the fuck up. I felt like a boy my whole life, and I'm already on hormone blockers for anti. Wait, grammatical error here, but I'm already on hormone blockers from 3 years now and on T, so shut it. So she would have been 16 when she posted this. She turned 17 in October, but she was 16 here in May, so she would have had to go on hormone blockers when she was 13. Whether or not that is even possible, that even in Sweden, a 13-year-old would be put on hormone blockers and and testosterone. I could see hormone blockers and like puberty blockers, because that's usually, I mean, you need to take puberty blockers before you start puberty. So that could make sense. But T at 13, I don't know about that. Whether or not that was the case, she said that she was on T for 3 years. I don't know, going on 4 now. I don't know if being on T for 3, going on 4 years would allow you to still get pregnant, would allow you to have a baby. I also don't know if your voice wouldn't drop. Actually, I know your voice wouldn't drop, and someone included in this document and in this album a document from the Trans Care Project showing that your voice starts to crack and drop within the first 3 months of taking testosterone. So if you had been on T for 3 years, going on 4, and your voice cracks within the first 3 to 6 months, you would not sound the way you do in this stream. So obviously, this was a lie. Obviously, this was a lie. And obviously, there would be some pregnancy complications if you're taking T while giving birth, or while a baby is developing in your body. There's a reason why it's a huge deal for trans men that want to give birth, why it's a whole undertaking that they have to do. It's not easy, because they have to either stop taking their T if they're still doing it, or they have to get like a surrogate mother or something, because taking testosterone or taking hormones while you're pregnant can cause birth defects, can cause complications with the baby, and it's not an easy decision to make. If you're a trans man, any trans man out there could probably tell you that whether or not they will actually have a baby with their partner is a huge problem. It's a huge I can't think of the word right now, but it's a huge decision that they have to make with their partner and with their doctor, with their endocrinologist. It is not something to be taken lightly. And to assume, to even think that Lumi peddled this lie, trying to get people to believe that she was pregnant while taking T, and got so far along in the pregnancy that she was doing this. That's a hefty lie to tell. Now, what is this? Let me read it real quick. Hello, I'm here to open emergency commissions that I can't afford. Jesus Christ, I can't read. Hello, I'm here to open emergency commissions as I can't afford an abortion right now. The father of my baby told me to fuck off when I asked him for help, so I'm in dire need of help and support. So, your current lie on Twitter would support this statement, that you needed money for an abortion. But your lie on stream, or I won't say lie on stream, you telling the truth on stream, what I think is the truth, that let's run it back.
About it. I get that it was really bad to do, but I just wanted some people to care about me. Let's talk about that for a little bit, cause yeah, it was a big ass lie. I lied about it. I get that it was really bad to do, but I just wanted some people to care about me.
Interesting. So, you lied about the abortion, or you lied about the baby existing, but then you asked your fans for money. You were doing commissions so that you could get money to get an abortion. Which again, your current lie on Twitter supports that notion that you needed an abortion. But the stream says otherwise. So I don't know which version of you to believe. I don't think anyone really knows which version of you to believe. Your fans seem to believe anything you say no matter what. But to anyone paying attention, there's a clear contradiction here. There's a clear lie here, and potentially you scammed your fans out of money. Now, she might say, or some supporter might say, oh, well, she didn't scam her fans because they gave her that money voluntarily, even if the abortion and the baby weren't real. But asking people to donate to you under false pretenses, such as getting an abortion when you don't even have a baby and you were never pregnant ever, that's a scam. And if you want to keep doubling down on this abortion lie, then you can do that. But if you want to come out with the truth, if you want to say that somehow you weren't, let me find, oh god, I keep clicking on the wrong thing. If you want to like contest with yourself here, if you somehow want to deny what you said in the stream, that's, you know, you can do that. But
Let's talk about that for a little bit, because, yeah, it was a big ass lie.
if you were telling the truth there, if you want to admit that you were telling the truth there, and if you really want to grow and change, admit the baby was false. You know, admit that what you said in that stream was true, that you lied about the baby, and give back the money you got from the commissions. Go through your PayPal history, go through your bank statements, whatever. Give people this money back because you scammed them. DM the people that you got commissions from, or that you did commissions for, right? DM them and tell them that you're sorry and that you want to give them their money back. Because this is something that you never talk about. I have a feeling that you won't admit that the baby was a lie, since you seem to be, it seems to be very advantageous for you right now to pretend that it was real, even though you admitted that it wasn't. But if you truly want to change, then admit this lie. Admit this lie, admit to scamming people, and refund them. Give them their money back. Because this is disgusting. This is disgusting. And the funny thing about it is, it's also very timely. Like, this tweet, this only existed like today. Just like a few days ago, when she started going on this whole like tirade on Twitter harassing Matt and Starla, everyone that watched the stream and everyone that heard what she said would have still been under the impression that the baby was a lie because that's what she said. But now she's pretending that it's not. Now she's going back on her word. So pick a lie, pick which road you want to go down, and if you want to end up telling the truth, finally, which you never seem to do, if you finally want to tell the truth, if you finally want to drop the whole thing about being on T while pregnant and needing an abortion and Matt, you know, refusing to be in your child's life and blah, 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 blah. You want to admit to that, you also need to refund this money that you got for the commissions, and you need to contact those people, because this is like a Madame level thing. Everyone can agree that Madame was a horrible person for scamming her audience, saying that she was going to sue Onision and then getting Patreon money for it and never going through with the lawsuit. But when Lumi does the same thing on a smaller scale, and she's basically crowdfunding for an abortion that she's not going to get, that she never needed because she never got pregnant at all, everyone sort of sleeps on it. And I know there's people out there, you know, that don't like Lumi that would call this out if they knew about it. But her fans are basically what I'm talking about. Those people sleep on it. Those people don't care. But this is probably one of the worst things you've done. And it's something that anyone would be able to recognize is a horrible thing. Because you not only lied about something as sensitive as being a teenage mom and a victim of, you know, being a single mother, which it's not, being a single mother isn't necessarily like, you know, it doesn't necessarily make you a victim, but when you're 16, I think that is pretty like horrible if you are a single mom, you know, if the father left. So you're claiming that that Matt, who you're saying is the father of your kid, left you. You're a single mom. You're 16 years old. You know, you're doing it, like you said, for people to feel sorry for you, because this is a horrible situation if it were to be the case. and you desperately need an abortion, but you don't have money for it, so you're crowdfunding for it. But then it's all a lie. It all turns out to be a lie. That's horrible. That's fucking disgusting. And I'll get into this later, but every single apology she gives, she says that she knows what she did was bad, that it's horrible, but she never says why. She never explains how her actions hurt people or how what she did was bad, which is a telltale sign that she doesn't actually know and that she doesn't actually care. But there's more to the stream. I keep clicking on that when I mean to click on this. So putting the Pepe mods back up. No copyright strikes here, please. I'm trying to protect myself.
I lied about it. I get that it was really bad to do, but I just wanted some people to care about me. And fuck, that was so pathetic of me. I don't know why I did that. And I'm sorry if I hurt anyone with it. I'm sorry. Yeah, you all already know. I didn't fool anyone, I know that, but like, where's your daughter? She doesn't exist. I don't have a child. What made you fake having the baby? I don't know. I guess I just wanted people to feel sorry for me. I don't know. I don't know why I did that. I'm sorry. I really am sorry.
That's cap. That's cap. No gown. You're not fucking sorry because you're still lying about it on Twitter.
I don't know. Why did you claim to be on a T for 3 years back in May?
So that's the screenshot that I showed earlier. Again, claimed to be on T 3 years. She was 13, but somehow she still got pregnant, and somehow her voice didn't drop at all in almost 4 years of taking testosterone. So
I acted like that because I really wanted to go on T, like really desperately, and I didn't know what to do, so I just lied about it. I don't know. What did you fake?
okay, so that lie about being on T is a lot more harmful than people may realize. So, I have a few videos up here.
Hello,
Sorry,
everyone.
I burped a little bit. Oh god, I don't think this video is important. I don't know why I have it up.
Hello, everyone. My name's...
Oh man, this is a mess. Why are my tabs like refreshing just because I'm not on them?
Hey there.
So, okay, so lying about being on T because you wanted to be on it so bad, but you couldn't, so you didn't know what to do, so you just lied. Stupid. Potentially, it's just a stupid lie, right? It's just a trans person who's just really desperate to do something to alleviate their gender dysphoria or to help alleviate it, and they really wanted it, and they shouldn't have lied, but they did, and like, oh, they're so sorry now. Potentially, again, just a stupid lie. But it stops being a stupid lie and it becomes harmful when you realize that Lumi pretty much thinks that you need dysphoria to be trans, and that she's been spreading misinformation about what it means to be trans and what identities are and aren't valid. Spoiler alert, all trans identity is valid. She's constantly saying that gender fluid people aren't real, but that she'll respect them, which is the same thing people say, like, oh, like, I'll respect you if you're gay, but don't be too gay around me, like respecting someone but thinking that they're not valid and putting like limitations on how they can express themselves, like that's not acceptance. That's not being respectful. It's you just pretending to be respectful so you can get brownie points for it, but really you're a hateful, bigoted piece of shit. So it also is very harmful to other trans people in Lumi's community of 16.5 thousand subscribers, and like 500 something Twitter followers. She deleted her main Twitter. Oh, she had 392, so she doesn't really have that much of a following on Twitter. It's like core people that have been following her for a while, but or people that just have no idea who she is or what she's done. They just like her art. But she has a considerable following. It's not nothing. And she was constantly spreading misinformation about what it is to be trans. She's constantly saying that non-binary or gender fluid people are not valid. And she's lying about being on T saying that she's such a authentic, such a valid trans man because she wants this so bad, and if you call her anything but he, him, then you're transphobic and you're the piece of shit. But let's listen to this a little bit.
So if that's why, but I don't want to identify as gender fluid. I think that's not really what I want. It's not what I am. I don't believe in gender fluidity. If you identify as it, of course I'm gonna use your pronouns. I'm gonna use she when you want to be called she, and they when you want to be called they, and he when you want to be called he. Obviously I will respect you, of course, but I just don't believe that your brain can go from male to female. I think it's just sad.
Okay, so this actually makes me really mad because I hate it when people spread misinformation about this stuff. Being trans is not your brain going from male to female, like once you like transition or something. That's not what that is. That's a conflation of gender and sex. Trans people don't change their sex, and trans people don't even have to like go through hormone replacement or surgery or anything to change their gender or anything like that. That's not being trans is all it means. All it takes to be trans is to have a gender identity separate from what you were assigned at birth. That's all. Okay? You don't even have to transition. It's not necessary. All you have to do is realize at some point in your life that you identify as a gender identity aside from what you were assigned at birth. And because we live in a gender sort of binary society, especially in the US, you will pretty much only be assigned a boy or a girl. So at some point in your life, when you realize that you don't identify anymore, you don't want anymore to be a boy or a girl, you realize that your gender identity exists somewhere outside of that, you are trans. And gender fluidity is valid, agender is valid, non-binary is valid. All of it, every single bit of it, every trans identity is valid. You know, different trans people might have different experiences being trans, and if she would have just said that and stopped there, then we wouldn't have a problem. But when you say that trans is that trans is your brain going from male to female, and that gender fluidity isn't real because your brain can't switch constantly between male and female, then you're harming your audience. You're spreading misinformation to a bunch of kids that probably don't know any better, that look up to you, that take your word as gospel, and you're speaking on issues that you have no idea about. Because as it turns out, oh god, where's the tweet again? Oh no, oh god, I lost it. As it turns out, you're not even trans. You were never trans, and you say you were never trans. This was a day after the live stream that she did. And in this live stream, she was still Rux. She was still going by he, him. So if you were to call her out on this, you'd be transphobic, right? But this is the person, you're saying that gender fluid people aren't valid when you sat here and you thought that you were a boy because you were angry. I was confused and angry, so I thought I had to be a guy. You have no right to speak on these issues. Absolutely no right. You don't have any right, no one has any right to tell other people whether or not they're valid in their identity. I can understand you just having issues with your own identity and going through some hard times. That's completely fine. That's not a problem. But do not dictate to other people if they can be valid or if their identity makes sense, and try to talk down to them and tell them that you'll, condescendingly respect them, but you don't think they're real. Don't do that. Especially don't do that if you're not even trans to begin with and you literally thought that you were a guy because you felt angry. That's some clown shit. So here's another bit of her talking about gender. And I'm not going to go through too much of this. It's 10 minutes long, but she was a Calvin Garr fan, probably still is, I think, and got a lot of what she was saying from him. And I'm not gonna say too much, but if you know of what's going on with Calvin Garr right now, then you know that he is like not a good source for information, and that anyone that takes after him, that's a bit of a an oof.
To handle things, and it's actually, as
I don't know
long
where
as
it
you
is
don't
exactly.
like fight.
Oh,
I
here it
think
is.
that's just, there was trenders, there was like fake trans people and people who didn't like experience dysphoria, and there was still like not acceptable in the community. I don't agree with his actions now or what he said. I only agree with one thing that he said, that you need dysphoria to be trans. I think that's just common sense, and I know many people don't believe that you do need dysphoria to be trans, which is totally okay. Like, if you don't believe that, then like go ahead and don't believe it. Like, I don't care. Like, as long as you don't like fight others about it, I think it's
Okay. You need, so she thinks that gender fluidity is your brain going from male to female, and that can't happen, so gender fluid people aren't valid. And she also thinks you need gender dysphoria to be trans. This is what I'm talking about. Like, this is complete misinformation, and this is the type of shit people are just eating up. She's just putting this stuff out. Like, these videos, the other one is a little bit older. This one is very recent. Uh, this is the type of bullshit she was putting out. This is the type of bullshit she probably still believes. And it turns out she was never even trans to begin with. And I can't stand for that. I can't excuse that. If you're a Lumistarbun fan and you heard this and you thought it made sense, or you didn't think anything of it, and you think that there's nothing wrong with it, what will it take? What will it take? And this goes beyond her just being misinformed, because again, she was never trans to begin with. People tried to educate her on what gender fluidity meant. People tried to educate her on what her identity may have meant, because she was going back and forth between presenting as a boy and as a girl. And people tried to reason with her. People tried to help her. People tried to accommodate for her and call her by whatever pronouns she was going by at that given time. And it was never enough. It was never enough. She was always calling people transphobic. She was always getting in fights with people, getting mad at them if they even insinuated that she wasn't a guy, just because they were confused and didn't know really what she was going by at that time. And it's just it's beyond ignorance at this point. It's deliberate. It's deliberate spreading of misinformation, and it's harmful. It's harmful to trans people. It's harmful to cis people, because it puts false notions of what transness is and what being transgender means into their heads. And all of the people that you're talking to, your audience, they're kids. They're impressionable kids that look up to you. So you're spreading information to a group of people that need to be correctly informed desperately, because their brains are sponges. And you just did it with no care in the world, just constantly misinforming people, constantly spreading this bullshit, and people just eat it up.
it's fine to think whatever you want. Obviously, if someone comes up to me and say you don't need dysphoria to be trans, I'm not gonna fight in. I didn't really believe it could go that. I still don't really believe that your brain can like change. Brains go from being female to male. There's not really a spectrum to it, but there are.
I don't want to get all the way into like gender theory and everything, but no, yeah, gender is a spectrum. Gender is a spectrum. What she's talking about is sex. When you say male and female, that's sex. When you say boy, girl, man, woman, that's gender. Gender does exist on a spectrum from femininity to masculinity, everything in between. You can be on the spectrum but anywhere. There's infinite points on the spectrum, so there's not necessarily infinite genders, but there's infinite ways to express gender, and you can identify as whatever gender role, whatever gender presentation you want, and it's all valid. And if you are not cis, you're trans. If you identify as a gender identity that is different than what you were assigned at birth, then that means you're trans. That's all trans means. That's all gender is. And yes, it does exist on a spectrum. This is like, you're a Calvin Garra fan. So you watch videos about this stuff and you act like you're informed about it, but you're just so wrong in every way. You're just so wrong in every way. Like, I try not to assume malicious intent in people, but there's no way on this earth that after being corrected so many times, after being calmly talked to so many times, you still come away with this understanding. At this point, you're just in an echo chamber and you have no desire to unlearn this stuff. So the best thing you can do, especially if you're not trans and you're saying this stuff, as you have said, then just stop talking about it. I forgot to put the Pepe mods up so I don't steal art, but just don't talk about this stuff. If you're not trans and you're misinformed about this stuff and you don't want to become informed and you don't like it when people correct you and you don't want to listen and you don't want to unlearn this harmful misinformation, then just stop talking about it. You have no horse in this race. It's not about you. So just fucking stop. I think that's it for the trans stuff. Let's go back to the stream.
Not alive.
That question, if you didn't hear it, it was someone saying, "Why did you fake not alive?" Obviously, they mean suicide. And I'll just say right now, as a verbal reminder, I have the trigger warning or content warning going across the screen at all times. But I'll actually say it this time. If you are uncomfortable with like these topics of like suicide and abortion and everything like that, you don't have to watch this. Don't watch it. Skip around if you want. I'll maybe try to put timestamps after the stream is over. But yeah, this question is about suicide and why she faked her suicides.
Attention. I really wanted attention. I don't know, it was stupid. Do you really get into CalArts?
So, you know how I said she's an opportunistic manipulator? Yeah, that's probably one of the biggest reasons why. If you fake your suicide for attention, then you're either in dire need of help or you have no regard for other people, or both. Because emotionally manipulating people into caring about you and caring about your safety and your health, just to pull the rug from under them and be like, haha, nope, I'm still alive, haha, oopsie, and to come back like it was nothing, to pretend to be sorry about it like it was nothing. What is that other than manipulative? What is that other than opportunistic? You saw an opportunity where you could garner attention and garner sympathy from people, and you took it, even if it meant that you had to do something so immoral as faking a suicide. You know, something that affects people every single day. People that they know commit suicide, depressed people that see no other way out. Everyone. It's an epidemic, especially in America, that people are committing suicide. And it's something that is an extremely sensitive issue, something that should not be taken lightly, something that should never be joked about, and something that should never be lied about. But you did it, and you didn't do it because of things like what you said in the past, because of voices in your head that this is actually a lie she used to tell, but she dropped it really quickly. She used to say that she committed suicide or would fake her suicides because she had voices in her head that wouldn't stop unless she died or tried to die. But now she's admitting to just doing it for attention. So you're so opportunistic that you will lie about the reasons why you fake your suicide while faking your suicide. And you will do it all for attention. I don't even like, if you can excuse that, and I'll say this so many times in the stream, if you are a Lumistarbun fan and you hear this stuff, you hear her saying these things, that she faked suicides for attention, if you can hear that and you can forgive that, if you can genuinely forgive someone that does that, then I don't know. You're just built different or something. You're fucking built differently. You're cut from a different cloth. I don't know. I couldn't do it. That's not like, I don't know where your mentality lies. I mean, you're literally believing someone and giving someone all the benefit of the doubt when they have admitted that they're just manipulating you for their own gain, for attention, and you're letting them do it, and you're not even questioning them. So I don't know. Like I said, you're fucking built differently up in here. You're just built completely different, and I don't understand you. But let's continue.
So I didn't get into CalArts, but I got into Otis College, which I said no to.
I don't really care about the CalArts lie. I mean, it's stupid, but it's pretty inconsequential. Um, I mean, whatever. It's a dumb thing to lie about. The only opinion that I have about it is that it's very telling when someone lies about very minor things, because I think there's a saying about it, like if you're willing to lie about I don't actually know if it's the same, but basically, if you're willing to lie about very minor things, small things, then there's no telling what else you'll be willing to lie about. Because this is a lie that no one would have been able to verify if she hadn't talked about it so much. If she would have just said that she was getting into an art college, then that's like, okay, no one can call you out on that. No one can, like, people can speculate about whether or not it's true, but like, it's not like anyone would have any incentive to dig into your life and figure out if you're telling the truth. But she couldn't stop talking about it. She really wanted the attention off of being able to, you know, to go to a school as prestigious as Cal Arts. So she kept lying about it. She kept talking about it, and people easily realized it was a lie. Um, and she eventually here had to admit that it was a lie. But again, I don't feel too invested in this. I don't care, really. It's just indicative of the fact that she's willing to lie about that when it's such a small, inconsequential thing. She's probably willing to lie about so many more things.
Too, because my parents are not here anymore, so I couldn't go. Are you really going to CalArts? No, I got into another college there. I applied to CalArts, but I didn't get in. So if the baby was fake, that also means Matt, you was fake too. It wasn't fake. He sexually assaulted me. Because that was true, and he has admitted to it.
So, okay, this is actually a really big issue. This is one of the more serious issues. She said that Matt raped her, and that's why she got pregnant, and then that's why she needed an abortion. And she, you know, the lie she's telling now is that she was pregnant, and then got an abortion or needed an abortion, but lied about getting it so that she could pretend she still had the baby, and that she's sorry she lied about the abortion. But the truth is that the baby never existed at all. Anyway, but she said Matt raped her, and that's how she got pregnant, right? And she's saying that he has admitted to at least assaulting her. Verbal sleight of hand here, where she goes, well, it wasn't a lie. He did assault me, and he admitted to it. So the person asked the question, if the baby was a lie, that means Matt raping you was a lie. And she says, no, it wasn't a lie. It was assault. He did assault me. And I left in a lot of like dead air where she was kind of just thinking, because I feel like in that moment, this is just my speculation, I feel like in that moment when the question was asked and she was like thinking about her answer, she didn't know what she was going to say because she had to think of a new lie. So she doesn't want to double down, or not double down. She doesn't want to continue saying that Matt necessarily raped her, but she still wants to be able to have a hefty claim against him of a sexual crime. So she's like, well, it's not a lie. It's not necessarily a lie that he raped me, because he did assault me. If he admitted to it, Show him admitting to it. Show the proof. Stop talking about this if you can't show proof. If you don't have evidence, then you should probably stop talking about it. If you can't show him admitting to it as evidence, then you should stop talking about it. Because this is an accusation that could ruin a career, that could ruin a life, and you just keep talking about it openly. I can probably even go to her Twitter. Take the Peppy mods off. I can probably go to Twitter. I think she even mentioned the assault / rape, whichever she feels is more of a hefty claim in the moment, to try to like fool people into believing. I'm pretty sure she talked about it on her Twitter. I don't know if I can find it here, but it's, don't keep making the claim if you don't have the evidence. Just don't. If you're a victim of assault, that's horrible, okay? But you don't get to keep making a claim about someone, and then when people ask you for evidence, you say that you can't show it, or you say that in the past she's been like, oh, there's a police investigation going on, I can't really talk about it. But she keeps bringing up the claim. She keeps bringing up that it happened. This is a life-ruining accusation. Provide evidence or stop talking about it. Even if it's true, I would advise you to stop talking about it if you can't show any evidence. Because at that point, I would say, like, if I somehow could know that it was true, because maybe I like, in some situation, let's say hypothetically, if I knew you personally and I knew that it happened, but you just couldn't get the evidence to show to people, I would still tell you don't talk about it, because then you'll just get hate. You'll just get hate because you can't show people, and they would call you a liar. So like, it sucks. It really, really sucks, but that's just how it works. I believe you, but you shouldn't talk about it if you can't show the evidence. And here we have a same situation, except I don't know her personally, so I don't know if she's lying or not, but I am not going to believe her if she can't show anything. So in any situation, in any case, you should just stop talking about this. It's also really weird, people will constantly point out, it's really weird that you would be so infatuated and, as you say, in love with your rapist. It's very strange. I don't know. Like, again, you either desperately need help, or you have no regard for other people whatsoever. And yeah, let's keep going.
He assaulted me. Because that was true, and he has admitted to it to his friends. I don't know. I've tried so fucking hard to get better. I've tried by myself. I've tried just being a good person and being happy, jolly. But everybody's like, oh, you're so fake. Don't fake it. And then when I don't fake it, people are like, ew, what the fuck are you doing? It's like, I can't be myself. I can't.
So I'm probably gonna stop watching the stream now, because I don't want to hear her fucking freak out. But no one is asking you to pretend to be happy. No one is telling you to fake your emotional state. You can be upset, you can be mad all you want. But when you bring other people into it, and when you start harassing people online, when you start trying to when you start running away from your past, when you start contradicting and lying about things you've said before, things you've admitted to in the past, like how she's currently still right now lying about the baby after admitting that the baby was fake. if you're gonna string people along with this whole trans thing and then come out as a cis girl and having never been a boy while spreading misinformation about what it is to be trans and everything, if you're gonna do all that stuff, you're gonna bring so many other people into it, then people just want you to stop doing that stuff. People just want you to admit to everything you've done. People just want you to take accountability and take full responsibility for what you've done, and they want you to stop doing those things. And that's it. No one is asking you to fake being happy. It doesn't solve anything if you fake being happy. I mean, maybe it'll make some people content, but like, I don't think anyone really cares about that. And the fact that you are either trying to convince people that that is what, people on the internet have told you to do, or that's what you genuinely believe people on the internet have told you to do, to fake being happy, then I don't know. I don't know. I keep saying this, but you are either in dire need of help or you have no regard for other people, because I don't know how you get from every bit of criticism you've gotten over the last year. I don't know how you interpret it as fake my emotions. Like, that's just wild to me. Jeez. I have some videos here about more gender stuff, about like explaining her gender. There's a few like contradictions where she was like, "Oh, I'm presenting as a girl because my parents are forcing me to," but then other times she's saying that she is presenting as a girl because people online won't accept her as a boy, so that's why she keeps flopping back and forth between them. But I don't want to incite hatred or bully or anything like that, and I feel like talking about how she portrays her gender and how she goes about that would just give fuel to transphobes who would be like, I don't know. I think I've talked about the gender enough, so I'm not going to talk about the gender anymore. Just know that she is a cis girl who doesn't know what being transgender even means, and anything that she says about trans people or about the transgender community and who isn't valid, it's completely uninformed, and she should just keep that shit out of her mouth. She never talk about trans issues anymore unless she's giving support and is actually propping up trans people who know what they're talking about. Then like, that's good. But if she's giving her own misinformed opinions that she got from Calvin Gara, she can completely just fucking go somewhere else with that shit, because I'm not here for it. No one else should be there for it. So let's get into her admitting to assaulting Matt.
I wanted my hands around his neck. I didn't want to kill him. I just wanted to make him feel like I was in control of this. Horrible mindset again. What was I thinking? So I got on top of him and I choked him. He can confirm this. He talks about it pretty openly, what I did. He said I tried to murder him, but I didn't want to kill him. I just wanted to assert my dominance.
Okay, so that was that clip was pretty notorious. Hardy McSmarty made a video where she showed that clip. I don't know where the original video is anymore of the Lumi video, but she admitted there to choking Matt to assert her dominance. Matt was under the impression, I can completely agree, if someone was choking me like that, I would also think they're probably trying to kill me. So he thought that, his life was in danger, but she said that he can even confirm that she did this. But here she is responding to someone on Curious Cat. Let's look what they said. Lucas, you can lie, whatever, but stop ruining someone's life. Let me remind you that you were the abuser. You choked him and shit. Get over it. And just by the way, I'm dyslexic, so if I read weird, that's why. Get over it. At this time, you're not even changing or becoming a better person like you wanted to. You always back down your words. write down your words, and started drama and bullshit just because he raped you. This is bad grammar, so it's not helping me read it. Get the fuck out of here and get a life. You only make false accusations of rape and abuse because he broke up with you or whatever his reason is. P.S. You are obviously showing off an obsession with him. No wonder why assholes like exposing Rux and other immature anti-Lumi accounts are wanted to do harm to you and showing off your nudes because you can't stop your bullshit. So I I don't agree with a lot of the anti-Lumi accounts. I don't even agree with how aggressive this person has been in their message to Lumi. I I don't think that aggression is gonna help or solve anything, and it won't even help get your point across. So I don't like this. It's not even a question, but I don't like this statement here. But it does point out accurately, very accurately, that she did abuse Matt, and she admitted to abusing Matt, and he confirmed, like she said he could, that she abused him. And then she goes, "I never abused him." Like I probably could have just read her response. Oh shit, this is her whole curious cat. I don't want to. I don't really care about that right now. Uh, but that that let's just listen to this again in all its glory. Remember, I never abused him.
I wanted my hands around his neck. I didn't want to kill him. I just wanted to make him feel like I was in control of this. Horrible, horrible mindset again. What was I thinking? So I got on top of him and I choked him. He can confirm this. He talks about it pretty openly, what I did. He said I tried to murder him, but I didn't want to kill him. I just wanted to assert my dominance.
So come on, Lumi. Which is true? Did you never abuse him, or did you choke him to assert your dominance? And even he can confirm it. Which is it? Which is it? Like, which lie are you gonna go with? Or are you going to lie versus owning up to your to not even mistakes? I was gonna say mistakes. Owning up to your literal crimes. I mean, that's assault. The definition of assault. You going to admit to assaulting your ex-boyfriend, or are you just going to keep going on Curious Cat and Twitter saying that you miss him so much and you never did anything wrong and he left you because he wanted to work on himself and blah 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 blah. Like it's getting old. It's getting old, and I'm getting tired. The stream is about to end soon, but my last little message before I go. She says she wants to change. She does an apology where she says she wants to change.
To a big mental breakdown yesterday, and can I just really forget this happened, but we can accept the past. I'm not telling you to get over it, because that's not who I am, and that's not what I'm going to do. But I truly hope you all are okay, and if you're ever hurt by my actions, I will leave my Twitter in the description down below. And you can...
First of all, an apology, it's never complete unless you plug your Twitter before it ends. That's pretty cool, but...
message me there. If you're uncomfortable with talking to me, that's totally fine. I totally get it. Don't worry. I will still be here to support you, and if you ever need anything, I'm handling it better. There you go. That's what I was gonna say. I doxed people, I harassed people, I stalked them, and I was really obsessive over my ex-boyfriend. I will happily say sorry for that, and sincerely apologize.
So you put all that in the past tense. I was obsessive. I was harassing. Bro, you're still harassing. You're still harassing. You're still obsessive. You're still doing everything you said you didn't want to do anymore. And you won't even admit to everything you did because honestly, you probably don't even remember. I can't speak. God, you probably don't even remember. You probably don't even know or don't even remember that you know, all the things you lied about. You're beyond obsessive. You're manipulative, you're opportunistic, and you're an abuser. This stuff is not okay. It's not okay. And you have fans and friends of yours that are egging you on, that are helping you do it, that are enabling you, making excuses for you. It's ridiculous that anyone can say that this is anything less than disgusting. And the fact that when you apologize, you don't even describe what it is that you've done. The fact that you can't even describe how you hurt people. Come on, bro. Come on. You're not sorry. You've never been sorry. And who knows if you ever will be sorry. It's a sad state of affairs. But all I can say is that someone who sends targeted harassment towards people online, someone who harasses their ex-boyfriend after he's said many times he doesn't want anything to do with them, who harasses the girlfriend of their ex-boyfriend, someone who lies about needing an abortion and being pregnant so that they can scam money from their audience, so they can get attention and sympathy, someone who fakes suicide for attention and will admit to it one moment and then lie about it the next, does not deserve a platform. That person is out to manipulate you in any way that they can. They are out to lie to you in any way that they can. And they are out to just bait sympathy, bait money, bait attention out of you. The worst thing you can do is enable it and excuse it. The best thing you can do is ignore them as much as possible, call them out when necessary, and inform people when necessary so that more people don't get baited, more people don't get hurt, more people don't get confused and roped into believing these lies. That's all I have to say, and I think that concludes the stream.